Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review. With me once again, we have the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling, hockey, other things. Echo, go check out his Echo review. I'll leave a link
Echo the
to
Dolphin.
Yes, great game by Sega on the Sega Genesis. Um, we are reviewing New Japan Strong's first show of the year. Not New Japan, but New Japan Strong's Battle in the Valley. Much better than last year's Battle in the Valley.
Yeah, I would agree.
But with me once again, like I said, Campbell Reviews. But before we get into the video, let's take care of some business. Make sure you go like, comment, share, subscribe on this channel. Let's get this channel growing. Let us grow this channel before the end of by the end of the year. I'm looking to hit that 500 subs before the end of the year. So let's go for that drive for 5. So
Ooh,
with that,
Drive for Five.
you like that one? The drive for 5.
I like it.
So we'll get right into this Battle in the Valley 2024. Like I said, much improved over last year's Battle in the Valley. Last year, before we get into it, let's what did we give this show last year? It was in February. We gave it a 7.6. So, but we'll go into our first match of the night, first pre-show match, Matt Vandergriff against Goldie. Not the electronic hip hop artist Goldie, but the other Goldie.
Um,
They're really high on Matt Vandergriff.
yeah, it's you know what? It's good and bad. Like the match was just okay.
Yeah. It wasn't spec. It's a pre-show match, so what do you expect?
But yeah, they've been showing this guy off since the All-Star
Yeah,
Juniors.
the juniors. Yeah, yeah. But he goes over. They're really high on this guy. They're really pushing him. Um, I mean, good. They need some more stars that can.
They don't have many original stars
What
in
happened to
Strong.
what happened to all the guys from the like DKC and all them?
I don't know, but they're there still. I know
Yeah,
Johnny Robbie's injured.
yeah. And what about Kevin Knight?
Kevin Knight's probably on break or something.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know. We haven't seen some of these guys in a while. Not that we want to see the DKC, but
I don't want to see his DKC.
no. But Matt Vandergriff goes over. Like I said, they're really pushing this guy. With that, we are going to go into our next pre-show match, which was a singles match to determine the number one contender for the Strong Women's Championship. Viva Van making her New Japan Strong. She officially signed with them. She is officially with New Japan Strong now. Same thing with going against her opponent, who is now officially part of New Japan Strong, and it's Stephanie Vaquer.
So this is um before we talk about anything, because I'm gonna say something that's stupid. This is a huge signing for them should they happen to lose Julia, because this is the right now, at least
Mm-hmm.
Mexico's number one women's wrestler.
Yeah.
So this is huge for them. Number two, no matter what I did, I could not watch this match. It kept freezing.
Yeah.
The first girl would walk out and the whole thing would freeze, and I
It
couldn't
was
watch
hard
the
to watch
match.
this match too. I had issues. I tried to find it on YouTube because it was a
I
pre-show.
couldn't find it streaming anywhere this match. The
Yeah.
only place I could find it for me was on New Japan World.
Mm.
And like I said, this one match would not play. I could
Yeah.
watch any other match, but this one, every time Viva Van started walking out, the match would freeze and I couldn't fast forward or go back.
You got the playback error, right?
I've been getting errors all the time.
Yeah.
They need to fix this. It's so garbage, the
I
new
think we may need
thing.
to I think you may need to cancel that subscription until they fix it.
It's bad.
Yeah. But like I said, I found a really poor quality chopped up on YouTube of this match, and that's the only way I was able to watch partially. But I mean, really, Stephanie Vecker goes over.
Yeah, but
Um,
I think we knew that was gonna
we knew
happen.
that was going to happen, and which leads me to believe that if Julia is leaving, Vakur would be the right person to hand the belt off to.
Oh, she's quite a large name for anyone who
Hmm.
knows like all of wrestling type things.
And it'll be good for North America because she can bring that belt to CMLL
It would
and
be,
defend it there.
and it's good for La Catalina because now she can move up.
Yes, there you go. See? So Stephanie Vakur goes over. She is your number one contender. So with that, the main card starts. We are getting our first match of the night, which is a six-man tag. Team Filthy, Tom Lawler, Jordan Nelson, and Royce Isaacs against Fred Rosser, Shota Umino, and the newly signed member of New Japan Strong, Jacob Fatu. Surprising.
some good spots here.
Hmm.
Um, not a great in-ring story. It felt like this match. There was the Fred Rosser and
Tom Lawler
Tom
feud.
Lawler kind of story, but
Yeah,
it was
which
more between Tom and West Coast Wrecking Crew.
yeah, they don't want him associating with him kind of thing.
And then it's like the rest of the people in the match. It's like, oh, I don't get why they're here.
Yeah,
Um, but it was a decent match. I just think it was it was pretty clunky.
yeah.
And I don't get Shota right now. I just don't.
He's in a weird spot. Like
He's just getting
he was
pummeled.
supposed he was supposed to be he does get the pin in this though.
Yes, but before he got the pin, they were beating the crap out of him.
Hmm. He's in that weird spot. Like when they brought him in last year, he was in a huge spot. Like he was supposed to be the next big star for them. And I would say people like Yota Tsuji and Yuya Uemura are way higher on the card than he is.
Yeah, all of them are because now Ren Narita has purpose.
Yes. And even Oiwa now with his tagging against Kiyomiya, I would say is higher on the card than Umino. I don't know.
Yeah,
And we like Umino. Don't get us wrong. We're fans of him.
oh,
It's
big
just
time. They just hit a Numino. I just
yeah,
packed one.
exactly. But Umino does get the pin, but the story was more between Lawler and West Coast and Fred Rosser. They try to shake hands. They won't let him, and then Lawler slaps Fred Rosser and they shake hands.
Yeah. Um. Okay.
But yeah, it was a match.
Like this is the thing, right? The women's division of Strong is
Hmm.
basically built around Trish Adora
Yeah,
because Johnny Robbie's injured and the other girls just got signed and Julia's not really from Strong.
yeah,
The men's division is basically built around Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler,
yeah.
and then the tag division is basically built around West Coast Wrecking Crew. And every time we watch a Strong
Yep.
event, we only get
The West
those
Coast, right?
people.
Yeah,
Like those people I just named are the only people we get constantly.
yeah. Which leads me to believe, what if West Coast Wrecking Crew win the belts off of ELP and Hikaleo, and then immediately go into a feud with Fred Rosser, and Fred Rosser names Tom Lawler as his partner.
I'll take it, but they have to win. The West
Yes,
Coast Wrecking Crew has to win.
yes. But like I said, we'll go into our next match, which is Rocket Romero and Soberano Jr. against Mascara Dorada and Volador Jr.
Yeah, Volador Jr. is just so good.
Yeah.
And
As
he's
old
like,
as he is, yeah.
yeah, it's there was the synchronization here was really nice to watch. Everything felt really smooth.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's just one of those matches though that like we don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It was there.
The storyline for this is very cemented in CMLL
Yeah.
rather than New Japan. So having not watched that much CMLL, having this story be here to me doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But it was still a good match.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was for what it was good. With that, we are going into the next match. Sorry, before that, Mascarada Dorado and Volador Jr. go over. Like I said, they're really high on Mascarada Dorada. So we are going David Finley versus TJP non-title match. It was just a match.
Really good match.
Yes, it was fantastic. I guess
Hey, by the
TJP
way,
only used
just
that. Go
I don't
ahead.
want to like get like in your way of you talking about this match. But do you maybe want to go all the way back to Shota Umino's match and tell them what happens at the end of the match?
What happened at the end of that match? Oh, damn! I forgot about that. Yes, as he's handing, going through the crowd, he gets attacked by a masked man who ends up to be Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Jungle Jack,
Jungle Jack goes to
Jungle
the
Juice's cousin, by the way.
yes, and Cactus Jack's brother.
Exactly.
Um, goes in the ring, beats up Shota Umino, and tears up his AEW contract.
That was cool.
It was a cool moment, but I think this is a work
Yeah, it's definitely a work.
because New Japan and like, why would they risk the good thing they have going with the two of them? by doing something like this.
I think it's to somewhere down the road, maybe at Forbidden Door, when you're making like teams of things, it gives
Hmm.
someone in AEW a reason to be mad at him. Like, oh, you this company that gave you everything, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be something like that.
And he wore the scapegoat armband to say that he was the scapegoat for CM Punk and all that. And
Yes, but
hmm
I did hear that they quietly fired him over the CM Punk thing. That's why we haven't seen him.
you think they quietly fired him?
That's supposedly the rumor
Because they
that's
still
going
say
around right
he
now.
was like indefinitely suspended.
Yeah, they let him, they fired him in the end, and
Yeah.
that's how he ended up here.
Okay.
This could be a work because there's no official signing of Jack Perry to.
Yeah. If you look everywhere, it still says he signed to AEW.
Yeah, so we'll take it for what it
But
is.
he did file for copyright rights on the name Jungle Boy, Jurassic Express, and a boy and his dinosaur.
Do you want to know the rumor I heard?
Mm,
That there's going to be a turn and Luchasaurus is going to team back up with him again.
okay. Against Christian and Nick Wayne.
Maybe.
I can see that. I'd like that. But back, so yeah, that's the signing for
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Japan.
Anyways, back
But
to the match at
back to
hand.
the match at hand. Yeah, really good. I guess David Finley's, or not Finley's character, but TJP's character that he used at Wrestle Kingdom was only for Wrestle Kingdom, I guess.
I mean, you saw it come out here again because he spits the mist at one
Yeah,
point. Not at
which
this
would
point.
lead me to believe, even though David Finley, he does go over this match, he wins this match, but a really, really good match, that they could be doing a rematch for the belt down the line, and TJP brings out that character again.
It could be, yeah. It's gonna be saved like the demon.
Yeah, only brought out for like special occasions,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like he only brought it out for
Not
like
like
wrestle.
when you bring out Sister Abigail or all this shit constantly and then you still lose.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. David Finley does go over in a really good match. So with that, we're going to go into our next match. We are getting the Gorillas of Destiny against a different pairing of Bullet Club War Dogs. We're getting Clark Connors and Alex Coughlin.
Yeah, good
It was
match.
only for the one belts. It was only for the Strong Championship.
Smart.
Um, and Alex Kidd, we see later, or sorry, not Alex Kidd. I'm thinking Sega Genesis here.
Hmm.
Gabe Kidd is later in the show against Eddie Kingston. So where was Drilla in this show? Because rumor has it, everybody on Bullet Club, their contracts are up at the end of the month.
They are. It's factual. And apparently AEW wants Gabriel Kidd
Mm-hmm.
and WWE is trying to get
Coughlin.
Connors and Coughlin.
Yeah. Because Finley, they just gave Finley the belt, so I doubt he'd leave.
Wait, did I say WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah, WWE Connors
Yeah.
and Coughlin.
WWE want Coughlin and Connors. Yeah. That's why that can think maybe they were paired tonight on this show. But I mean, they were not half bad as a tag team. Like, I mean, it's Bullet Club, so any members really of the team are interchangeable. It's just that Clark and Maloney were part of the junior heavyweight division.
I think there's plans in place. Like, I don't want to get fan booky, but
Yeah.
I think there's a plan in place to eventually bring Jungle Boy in, with David Finley as like his number two, and then somewhere down the line he's gonna turn on him and take over.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm New Japan,
If
that's
if
the kind
they
of thing I'm offering you
if
because
they
I
want to
want you
turn
to,
if they want
yeah.
to turn Finley face, that would be the perfect way to turn
And
Finley face.
if I want to make sure you're gonna sign with me, that's a huge thing for a Gaijin wrestler to be like, well, you're eventually our plan is for you to take over,
You'll be our number one gaijin.
but you'll be our Bullet Club guy somewhere
Yeah.
down the line.
Yeah, I could see that. Totally could see that. But another decent tag match. Like Coughlin, like he surprised me. He's got some power, this guy.
Yeah, he's displayed it a few times.
Yeah. So I mean, it was still a decent match. Surprisingly, Gorillas of Destiny do go over. Like see
Do you say
what's next?
surprisingly? Of course they
Yes,
went
because I
over.
thought they would have lost this belt. Because now that they're the IWGP
Not
tag
yet.
champ.
Not yet. That would have looked bad on them.
Okay. So they'll hold it for a little while longer. Probably, you know what? They'll probably lose it. The Windy City riot in April.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There you go. So they announced that. But Gorillas of Destiny do go over. I really like the teamwork between ELP. They have that great dynamic of little guy, big guy. It's basically a better version of Ricochet and Braun Strowman.
Yeah, it's the better version of X-Pac and Kane.
Yes, there you go. So with that, we are going into our match for the Strong Women's Championship. Julia against Trisha Adora.
Good match, but Trisha Dora has no business
No,
wrestling Julia.
they really this is basically we have nobody to put you up against, so here. Can you put over Trisha Adora? That's basically what this was for. It was to put over Trisha Adora.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's okay. I don't know if she has like,
She's the Cheez-It champion. The best there
she's
ever was.
okay, not AJ Francis. She is now.
She is now.
Okay. Um, but yeah, like, I mean, they don't really have a women's division. So really, Trisha Adora is really all they got. I don't know.
Multiverse?
Multiverse, right? Got to get that t-shirt made. Copyright it now. But I mean, Julia does go over. We knew Julia wasn't gonna lose this match, obviously. Um, Julia, because we're setting up, like I said, Julia versus Stephanie Vacker. And this is where if Julia does decide to leave, this is where I think they'll do. That's where I think they'll do the change. Because most likely she'll win it at the Windy City Riot. I don't think she'll win it at the next Stardom event. So with that, we get to another surprise signing. We get Mustafa Ali. Surprisingly, makes his New Japan debut, and he calls out Takahashi, Hiromu Takahashi.
Do you think that last like sidetrack? Do you think
Hmm.
that all of these people that got signed here are strictly going to only be on Strong, and that's
No,
why
I
they did
think
this
no, because Ali's challenging Takahashi, so I think
at Windy City though, which is a Strong event?
it's also in his hometown of
Good point.
Chicago.
And then CM Punk's gonna come out.
Yes, CM Punk to New Japan
No,
confirmed. John Cena?
CM Punk comes out to John Cena's music.
Yes, he did once.
There you go.
He did once. Little known fact, WrestleMania, I think it was 14. CM Punk is one of John Cena's gangster members as he's coming down to the ring.
Oh yeah, Batista was too, I think, right?
Yeah, just like when
No, was
no,
it
not
Batista or was it
no.
Batista did it for someone?
Yes, Triple H once had Charlotte Flair, Bliss, and Sasha Banks when he came out with the throne entrance.
Oh really?
Yes.
Well, there you go. The more you know.
The more... But yeah, I mean, Julia goes over. Mustafa Ali makes his debut. I think he is. I don't know if he's officially signed though. But this is surprising because we thought he was gonna really end up in the X division in TNA. He would have fit in perfectly over there. Which, if he's not signed, he probably still could.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so he's independently contracted. He's doing just appearances for New Japan and New Japan Strong, so he's independent still. So, but I'd like to see him in more stuff. He was talented. He was one of the guys we actually liked in
Well, he was
WWE.
here in Toronto last weekend
Doing
on an indie show at the
yes, I
Parkdale.
think it was Smash Wrestling that he did it for.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But next, we are getting TMDK members Zack Sabre Jr. and Bad Dude Tito against Matt Riddle and the mystery partner, Jeff Cobb.
That was fun. Bring a little bit from the past. Best Matt Riddle match I've seen in a long time.
Mhm.
The not a pit match against Seth Rollins.
This is what leads me to believe, like when we say about people in WWE that are only allowed to go 75 to 80%. Here, Riddle was allowed to do what he can do, and he showed it.
The people in this match are all good.
Yes. Yes. Even Bad Dude Tito.
But Bad Dude Tito has been wrestling this indie-ish
Yeah.
100% style wrestling the whole time, so he doesn't really need to be that good. He understands that how to go, right?
He understands how to put somebody over. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
it
yeah.
was Jeff Cobb is great. Zack
Yeah.
Sabre Jr. is great. You rekindled that rivalry. Plus, you brought back a former tag team that already existed in
Yeah,
MLW.
people are not aware that Matt Riddle and Jeff Cobb were once a tag team in MLW.
MLW, okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Jeff Cobb, before he became United Empire, was in MLW as well.
Jeffrey Cobb.
Jeffrey Cobb. Jeffrey Cobbleson.
Jeffrey Cobblepot.
Yes. Penguin's brother.
There you go.
But this was good. Like you said, best Matt Riddle match we've ever seen.
The pit match was the best match, Riddle match, but
Well, yeah, okay, that was a very good match. That was a very, very good match. But Matt Riddle goes over. He gets the pin on Zack Sabre Jr. This is going to lead into something you think?
yeah, I think we're gonna get like a fake UFC match, like Noah
I w
style.
I would say more of a technical wrestling match,
Yeah,
like a pure like a
remember they did
collegiate
that.
style.
Remember they did that stupid thing with Great Okan and Shingo Takagi.
Yes, something like
It's gonna be
that.
like that.
Yes, where he's gonna wear a gi and
Yeah,
but with that, we're going into our favorite match of the night. Gabe Kidd versus Eddie Kingston
yeah.
for all
It's
three belts.
this match.
We knew that
No,
Kidd was
no.
not going to win.
I'm tired. I'm not gonna be the negative Nancy anymore.
Mhm.
This match was not good from either
No,
one of them. It was a huge waste of time. It was
10 minutes
very
of
long.
slapping, 10 minutes
Yeah,
of chops, like, typical Eddie Kingston type of match.
it was not good.
The only thing
And
that
it was
was,
not for the strong title. It was for the Triple Crown belt.
it was for all three of them.
Was
It
it?
was for the that when they call it the Triple Crown Championship, it's for all three
Okay,
belts.
but Gabriel Kidd after kept talking about just that one belt. What is it called? The global
The AEW Continental Championship,
content. Yeah, he kept just saying that.
which leads me to believe he may be right about him going to AEW.
Maybe. I know the AEW and WWE apparently have been interested in him for a while.
Yeah. But if they can't get Gabe Kidd, I think that's why you said they may be going after Connors and Coughlin. They need some tag teams. I think they do very well in NXT.
Oh, for sure. Connors is already like a veteran wrestler.
Yeah. So, but enough with the fantasy booking. This doo-doo match, worst match of the night.
Yeah, and not negatively being douchebags. It
No,
legitimately
it was
was
the
the
worst
worst
match.
match of the
Like,
night.
I'm like you said, I'm tired about harping on Kingston. I'm tired about all this. Like, we all know, everybody knows our feelings on Eddie Kingston, and the internet hates us for it, and I don't care. I don't care that Eddie Kingston is the internet darling. He is not a good wrestler, and I don't think he deserves the accolades that he has.
Eddie Kingston is a great wrestler in Hogtown. He's a great wrestler on Miami Vice miniature wrestling in the backyard
Yeah,
company. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he's great in Greek Town wrestling. He's a
yeah.
great wrestler. He's not
Smash
great
wrestling.
in AEW.
Yeah.
He's a lower mid card wrestler.
He's somebody that you use in AEW to put somebody over, not
Yeah,
the guy
when
who
you're
goes
doing
over.
your show at Little Jimmy's convention or Little Jimmy's community center,
Hmm.
he's the best wrestler that
Yeah.
you have.
It's like, oh my God, Eddie Kingston's here.
Yeah. He's right now in WWE, except for the fact that he can talk, he's not even an NXT caliber wrestler.
Yeah, like there's guys that are leaps and Alex Hammerstone, who we just mentioned in the last video, who signed to NXT.
Mellow, not
I
Trick.
would even,
Trick also sucks. Don't you
I
dare. I
don't
know you were
know.
gonna say it.
I
Shut
was
your
actually
mouth.
I was actually gonna say Braun Breaker, but
Okay,
okay.
Braun Breaker is way better. Are you freaking
Yeah,
kidding me?
Ilya Dragunov, like
Yeah, Ilya Dragunov is legitimately one of the best WWE wrestlers.
there is. I would love for Dragunov to move up to the card and challenge Gunther.
I want a Dragunov feud before that against Shinsuke.
Yes. Yes. But the less we talk about this match, the better it is. It actually ends in a double DQ. Moving on.
Wow.
Moving on. Shingo Takagi versus John Moxley. Love this match.
Japanese John Moxley
Is different.
is a
Is
sexy
different.
experience.
Yes. Like,
Shingo
say what
didn't
you will
feel
about
right
him.
being here though.
No, it felt a little cringy at times, I guess is a good word for it.
You could see though, and this is like me being overly critical and paying attention.
Hmm.
There, like him tapping on John Moxley's leg, like stop, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like he,
At one point, too, the camera even catches Shingo taking the blade out of his tape.
oh, there you go. But yeah, you could tell there was a few times when especially when John Moxley was sticking shit in his mouth
Oh,
that he was
yeah.
like, "Yo, chill out, guy."
Yeah. Like, I like to keep my teeth.
Yeah. Like
But
John Moxley's a relatively safe wrestler, especially given
yeah,
these situations.
even in
But
these
it's
situations, he knows what he's
Shingo's
doing.
not that guy. He's not wrestling Desperado right now. You're wrestling
No.
Shingo Takagi. Like, let's chill out.
Yeah. Like and that's the thing too. Moxley can go with Shingo in a wrestling match.
This was a
Moxley,
good match. This
it
was
was.
super entertaining.
It was
Too
fun.
long.
It
Way
was
too long.
way too long. It was 30 minutes, but yeah,
But
I had to watch
if
this.
go.
No, after I watched this match, I had to take a break and watch the main event the next day.
That's
Like,
literally what I did. I'm not even joking.
yeah,
It was this was a lot like meant this was mentally like
exhausting.
draining. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It's but like if you took all of the best elements of this match and compressed it into like a 15 or 18-minute match, it's like amazing. Like
Yeah,
literally
it
like a
was
5-star match.
on par with that Moxley versus Desperado match, which was one of our favorite matches last year
Yeah.
too.
You like I said, if you all the best parts of this match, this is honestly like a 5-star match. The problem is you have that extra 12 minutes,
That
15 minutes where
that
it's like
takeaway, yeah.
it's and they weren't bad. It's just
No,
too
and
much. You
it was
don't need
also
that
good to
much.
see a side of Shingo that we don't get to see very often.
And um it wasn't I can't think of a word. It wasn't explosive, I want to say, or like
No, it was
it
just
wasn't high
hard.
paced. Like when we watched Fred Rosser versus Juice, it was very intense and fast
Yeah,
paced that match. This was not that. This was very slow and plodding and like
methodical,
yeah.
very, to quote Triple H, cerebral.
Yeah, it felt like it was really trying to hit story beats where like the Juice versus Fred was just trying to be vicious. Like it
Yeah,
was just like hard, go
we're here to
fast.
beat the shit out of each
Yeah.
other. That was more of a revenge feud. This was just like,
That
you want
was
to
a good
fight?
match
Sure.
though.
Yeah, it was.
Was that Battle in the Valley? No, that was
No, that was
the other
different.
California one.
Yeah, forgot the
What's that
name
one
of it.
called?
I can't remember.
That's actually New Japan though, not Strong.
Was that only the strong survive? No, that was
I don't know, but it's the New Japan one when they go to that LA place in
yeah, it
Orange
was.
County or whatever.
Let's cut back in. So the New Japan Strong show we're looking for was Resurgence. Thanks Timmy the intern for finding that for us. Timmy the intern still doesn't get paid, but he does all the work for us. He does all the research.
Thanks, Timmy the intern, for the editing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, so like you said, Fred Rosser, but this was on that caliber of type of match. Like this was very much, like I said, got to see a side of Shingo we don't get to see very often, and it was fun. It was really good, and like you said, Japanese John Moxley is something special.
Yeah, it's not AEW John Moxley.
Yeah.
Definitely
It's
not
also
WWE.
like I like John Moxley when he's these type of feuds when he's not holding a belt, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's a better wrestler when he doesn't have a belt to defend. You know what I mean? When he
I
doesn't
like
have to
him in
carry.
these weirdo feuds.
Yeah.
And like you're like, why is this even happening?
Why is he fighting Jun Akiyama, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
still, I want that again. But
Acceptable.
with that, John Moxley does go over, which is fine. I'm good with that. Like I don't care either one who won. It's not really going to hurt their career, and it's not really going to advance their career. It was just a fun match. So we'll go into our main event.
Shingo should have won though. Shingo hit him with like 9 finishers in a row, and the
Yes,
match
I
was
think he did
over.
what three made in Japan's or something like that.
Yeah, and he then started hitting him with all the weapons, and John Moxley still won the match
Yeah.
somehow.
But with that, we'll go into our main event. Kazuchika Okada against Will Ospreay. He tried a little harder in this match, Okada, but you could see his heart's not in it anymore.
This was the grand finale, basically, for
Yeah,
both of them.
for both of them, yeah. Well, I mean, Okada, I think he is doing a couple more shows
Yeah,
on
but
the
he's never gonna wrestle. His like retirement match, I don't know what you want to call it, is against Tanahashi. Um,
yes
which is
at
gonna suck.
what's it I think there's like 4 new beginning shows
I
review
think it's the
coming
the big one, Nagoya
in
or
the final one.
yeah,
Osaka, I
yeah.
think it is.
Osaka, yeah. Those
Yeah,
Nagoya and Osaka are the 2 big ones. The other
yeah.
like
And then
3 don't
this
matter.
there's I think one Nagoya, one in Sapporo, and 2 in Osaka, I think there were.
Yeah. Well, we know which ones are the big ones. Well,
Yeah, which one is he going to drop the belts on?
the
It
one
has to be
before he has that.
it has to be on one of those 4 shows because
It's
him
gonna
and
be the
Tana.
big the big one that's before the Osaka one.
So the night before he does the Tanahashi then.
Probably yes.
Okay. But yeah, the new beginning shows are always fun. But you can see that like I don't know, because remember how last year we were talking about Battle in the Valley? Last year's Battle in the Valley, I think Okada was on the show as well, and he just felt like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah, he fought Tanahashi and it was a
Yeah,
doo-doo match.
it was. and he was champion at the time too. It was for the belt.
Oh, by the way, John Moxley challenges Naito, which is like,
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'm not going to say no to that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say
You
it's
now
it's a
this is when
match
you
we've
put
never
over
seen.
Naito. This is when you put over Naito.
Yeah. It's a match we've never seen before, and it's a fresh match, and I wouldn't mind that at all. But yeah, last year, Battle in the Valley was against Tanahashi. And if Tanahashi were president back then, he probably would have won the belt
Oh yeah. He would be the women's champion.
if he could be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's match things, new match. Okada
Yeah.
versus Will Ospreay was fucking really good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was,
It's he hit not Oscutter. He hit a Stormbreaker
yes.
on fucking Will Ospreay.
Yes, he did a reverse move. It's like when you play a video game and you steal the opponent's finisher.
He did Uno reverse.
Uno
Um,
reverse.
but
Shota
yeah,
Umino reverse.
Shoto Uno reverse. This was a pretty good match.
It was. It was fantastic. You could see that these guys were giving it their all to put on one final because
I'm gonna
this is
go out
their
of my way.
last show in North America
What's
together.
the date today? The actual date, not the pretend date.
The real
January
date,
20th
yeah,
to
yes,
2024. At this point, this is the best match of the year.
sure. I'll take it.
On
I'll
January
take it.
20th, 2024, this is the best match of the year.
Yeah, yeah, and that's including the match that we saw at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, this match is better than that.
Yeah, no, I would agree to that. That's getting Timmy. Do you mind writing that down for me, please?
Timmy,
Timmy, the intern, where are you? Write that down for me. All right. I'll write that, get that later, Timmy. Yeah, but this was, and Kazuchika Okada goes over. I think this is probably his final win in New Japan.
see, but this, when we're watching this, you're
We
like,
did, we
I
had
get
no
this put
idea.
over because it was a wicked match. We know Will Ospreay's leaving, even though he's in AEW, so he'll still be mingling with New Japan.
Yeah.
But like, it was like, okay, we're just giving Okada the like tip of the hat. You're the legend. I'm leaving. But then a week later, we find out Okada's leaving.
We literally just found this out, what, 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago. Because
When,
there was all these rumors swirling that New Japan was going to give him whatever he wanted. And then it turns out that New Japan lowballed him in the contract talks.
yeah,
And guess who's in charge of New Japan?
Tanahashi.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's like me being jealous that you're the new me and fuck you.
Yeah. It would be like, a Triple H. Who does he have a beef with?
It would be like Muda being in charge of New Japan and being like, oh,
You know
uh
what, Jake Lee? I don't like you. Forget it.
it would be it's Muda in New Japan, okay, saying to the guy, what's the guy's name? The Three Musketeers, saying to Tanahashi,
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura, and Kiki Bruce Lee McGee. Oh, I can't think of his fucking name.
Yeah.
Uh Shibata being like,
Shibata.
well, you guys are the new us. We don't like it.
Yeah.
We're not
Get out of
paying
here.
you.
Yeah. You're not on our level yet, basically.
Of course these guys went out of their way to train those young guys.
Yeah.
Chono and stuff.
Yeah.
So like fuck off.
And Ricky Tenzin and all that. Like,
Yeah. Well, they Tenzin and them were like the slight generation before that.
Before,
But same
yeah.
shit. You're making the exact point.
Yeah.
Imagine
don't
Tenno and thing were like, yeah, fuck you, Jake Lee.
Yeah, basically.
We're not paying you. You make us all the money. We're not paying you.
Yeah. Kiyomiya,
Yeah. You don't
Get outta here.
deserve money.
get out of here. Get out of here. You're only like one of the best wrestlers they have. And
Yeah.
you know who should be paid more? Ninja Mac.
Yeah. Ninja Mac. Pay Ninja Mac.
Give Ninja Mac a race. He
Hey,
deserves it.
here's a thought, New Japan. Sign Nakajima.
Mm,
Replace Okada.
yeah. Yeah.
Sign Marufuji. Anyways,
Anyway,
digressing.
so Okada goes over. Really great match. Like you said, this is probably contention for match of the year right now already. We've already had two contenders for match of the year. And so show's over. What would you oh yeah, show's over. What would you rate this show?
No, I went first last time.
Okay, so last year being what we gave it last year was 7.6. even though the show was slightly better than last year,
Did we
I don't.
both give it 7.6?
We both gave it a 7.6 last year, but I don't think it's on that level as like the new year. But it was still better than last year's. But we've set the precedence. I'm gonna give it a 7.6 again.
I'm actually gonna give this a 7.8.
Okay.
I think in terms of storytelling, it shock value
Yeah.
with the people just popping up and like match work, it was really good. The
Yeah.
crowd was better this year too than it was
Yeah. It was at a bigger
in last
venue.
year. No, same one as last year.
Was it?
Yeah, San Jose Civic Center
Okay.
or the Civic, it's called, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good show. Like we said, we've set the precedence a little different this year in terms of our ratings for the show.
We
But
we've been slightly skewed on every single show this year except for one, I think so far.
yeah,
There's only one that we were the same on or like off by one.
no, the Noah, we gave it the same score.
Okay, so that's the one.
Yeah, and then same thing with New Year's Dash. We kind of gave it the same score. You gave it a 6.9. I gave it a 6.8.
Yeah, that so there's only one that's the same.
Yeah, but we've been pretty close. You gave Wrestle Kingdom an 8. I gave it an 8.2. And then Hard to Kill, you gave a 7.5, and I gave a 7.7. So I kind of still liked Hard to Kill a little better than this one.
I didn't.
There you go. See? And that's why we do the reviews to get our opinions, even though they don't matter.
I mean, realistically, being in the same zone is to tell people like this one may be worth going back
Yeah.
and watching it, right?
I
If
think
we're
other
like
than,
8 and a 9 or a 7 and an 8, that's like a big
yeah,
off.
a big off. Yeah. The only show so far that I've watched that you haven't even watched was New Year's Evil. And I would say that's the only show I would say so far
I'm
don't
never
watch.
gonna watch that.
No, don't bother with it. Don't bother with it. Once they removed Dragonov and thing off the show, like that's it. That was it for me. It wasn't worth it at all.
All right, what's coming up in the future?
So tune in next week. We are going to be doing our New Japan review for New Beginnings. The first one, I think it's Nagoya or Sapporo. I can't remember which one, but we're doing that. And Campo, you're coming over this weekend, and we are watching the Royal Rumble.
Which that will be next weekend. We're
That'll be
filming.
next. Yeah, that'll
And
be
we're gonna give you a state because I think
yes.
we should just do it.
We should just do it, especially with the hottest free agency market in wrestling we've seen in I
Yeah,
can't even remember
with
when.
Okada potentially getting a record contract.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys have earned a state, so we will also be doing a state for you next week. So tune in next week for those 3 reviews. And with that out of the way, guys, in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.